The body you've dreamed of. Maj Medical Clinic introduces high-definition Lipo 360 together with skin tightening to achieve ultimate body sculpting results. Do a little something for you. Call Maj Medical today.
Your music is...
Ksee 24 brings you a lifestyle show from people you know. Now, Central Valley Today.
Mother's Day should be a celebration that recognizes the many contributions of these special women. So joining us today is tech journalist, lifestyle host, and supermom, Anna D'Souza. She is here to share gift ideas to make sure mom has a great day. D'Souza regularly contributes to Today.com, the Huffington Post, the Ladies' Home Journal, and many more platforms. So she is our expert. All right, what is your favorite detail about Mother's Day?
I'm a newly minted mom of 3, including 4-year-old twins and a 4-month-old baby, and every day is a marathon. I am so looking forward to Mother's Day to be able to slow down, enjoy those heart-shaped pancakes, the glitter Play-Doh knickknacks that the kids are gonna make me, and just like soak in the day. And I love gifts with, you know, those personal touches, of course, but anything that's gonna save me time and help me live more in the moment really makes for that perfect present.
And so what is a practical gift that every mom would appreciate?
Give mom the gift of time. I'm loving this one. This is the iRobot Roomba Combo J7 Plus Robot Vacuum and Mop. It's perfect for those homes that have a mix of different floor types because it's going to seamlessly clean carpet and hard floors within the same cleaning job without any intervention from you. And unlike a lot of the other 2-in-1 robots, this one has an auto-retracting mop pad, which is so cool. It's going to prevent those wet carpet messes on hard floors. It's so smart. It's going to vacuum and mop within the same job, keeping your floors nice and shiny and clean. It's all powered by iRobot's OS home intelligence, which is going to also detect and avoid all of those common obstacles like the backpacks and the shoes by the front door, so that the robot will get its chores done, much unlike your children.
Oh my goodness. All right, I have an iRobot, but it's several years old. I need that new one. I need to have some kids so I can get it for Mother's Day. All right, what is a top tip for a wonderful Mother's Day?
Right. Give mom the day off, of course. Prepare a nice lunch or brunch and include my preference, a beautiful wine. No better way to celebrate Mother's Day than with Rieble Family Wines Rosés. You could toast all the women in your life with the Madalena Rosé, named after the matriarch of the Rieble family. You could bring the bubbles to brunch with the Stella Rosa Imperial Prosecco Rosé. Or, you know what? Mix up one of those trendy rosé ice cream floats with the classic Stella Rosa Rosé. This family-owned winery truly has it all to make your Mother's Day extra delicious.
Oh, we love Stella Rosa here at the show. The Madalena, that rosé is delicious. That's a great wine. Where's a good place to look for Mother's Day gifts? Where can we browse?
Of course. Well, 73% of Americans say that moms get psyched for a gift regardless of price. But if you're looking for the best product at the best possible price, you want to start by visiting Slick Deals. They have 12 million shoppers that are vetting and voting up the very best deals from top retailers like Amazon and Walmart. You can find deals for everything you need for mom and know that you're getting the very best price. It's basically shoppers helping other shoppers. You want to check back regularly. There's hundreds of deals every single day. You could set product alerts. I saw some awesome deals on digital frames, jewelry boxes, an Apple Watch for under $150. They have an awesome dedicated homepage for this right now. You can head on over to slickdeals.com/mom.
All right, now what is something that every mom wants and can appreciate?
Every mom across the board will agree that it's super hard to wind down after a long day. So why not give her the gift of a great night's sleep with comfortable, breathable bamboo blankets or a heartwarming Mother's Day patchwork Sherpa blanket, both of these from Bedshore. Now, the bamboo blanket is made from natural rayon derived from bamboo, which makes it breathable and comfortable for year-round use. And the Mother's Day patchwork blanket is so sweet. It's extra warm with that Sherpa fleece, and it has those thoughtful words for mom. Both of these 53% off right now on Amazon through May 7th. I mean, I have a newborn. I can't tell you how critical sleep is, and these blankets are so soft. I love them, and I think one might be making its way back home with me.
I think blankets are such a great idea for any occasion, especially if you're celebrating grandmas and mother-in-laws. So that's a great gift. Where can we go for more information?
Of course, for more, you can head on over to tipsontv.com.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
And it's International Small Business Week, and we're celebrating all of the entrepreneurs out there. Tips from one business who started small and is now expanding to stores nationwide. Euphoria is on next.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm here to remind you that if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Spokesman Tom Mustin is with us in the Help Center. So, Tom, tell the viewers at home why they should call in.
Well, Gina, they should call because we have live agents available for you right now. If someone's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now and find out how much your case is potentially worth.
The lawyers at BD&J are used to dealing with some pretty big numbers.
The emotional and financial stress from my skateboarding accident made it tough for my family. But BD&J got us a $29 million settlement.
Call BD&J at 1-800-820-1111 today.
Chances are we've already met. But when we meet here, this is where our worlds will come together. Career Health is built for this moment in your life. We are courageous, resilient, ready. Health is our passion, and excellence is always our focus. Because when you come in here, our priority is to get you back out there.
Career Health, more than medicine, life.
The all-new Eagle Mountain Casino is ready to welcome you. Join me on a behind-the-scenes tour. I'll show you the fun, food, and festivities ready for the grand opening celebration. Watch Monday at 7 right here on Ksee 24.
Don't wait until the pipes burst. Trust Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. At Lee's, you get your residential plumbing diagnostic for $49 all the time.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. If you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much your case is potentially worth. So, Tom, tell the viewers watching at home who should call in right now.
Well, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. We have live agents available to answer any questions you have. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. You heard it, folks. Call now.
Nearly 1 in 5 children are considered obese. Childhood obesity.
I've been beat up for allowing her to be a fat child.
New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on Ksee 24. Ksee 24 brings you a lifestyle show from people you know with Emily Irwin. Now, Central Valley Today.
Well, each year, National Small Business Week celebrates the contributions of entrepreneurs while also recognizing the challenges they face. So joining us today is Fiona Chan, Shark Tank winner and founder of a breakthrough green makeup company called Euphoria. Chan is teaming up with Meta to explain how utilizing social media platforms and digital tools can help small businesses achieve success. So welcome, Fiona. I actually just watched your Shark Tank episode the other day, and I watched this thing on Amazon. I see your commercials all the time, so I've got to try the makeup. But let's talk about small business. Why is it so important to recognize Small Business Week?
I think it's so important to recognize small businesses' contribution to the U.S. economy. There are over 33 million small businesses just like Euphoria. At Euphoria, we create makeup you can sleep in. We're most recently just on Shark Tank, and now we're available at Ulta Beauty.
Okay, so this is great. So you have experience that you can share with us being a small business. So how can social media platforms help small businesses?
Well, at Euphoria, we create these really unique products. We make makeup you can sleep in, and we're best known for creating the world's first color-changing blush oil. Now, this is a green blush that goes on clear on your skin, reacts to your skin's pH to give you the perfect shade. So it's been incredibly important for us to utilize social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram to show how to use our products and how it looks like on a variety of different people.
Yes, education is very powerful on social media. So you can educate users and clients and customers about what your product does and how it will help them. What are some ways digital tools can help companies succeed?
I think it's so important to connect with your customers where they are. Prior to us launching in store at Ulta Beauty, using Facebook and Instagram as a connection point was really key for us. Meta also provides something called the Performance 5. It's basically a set of guidelines to help small businesses navigate the digital landscape, and it's been so helpful for us.
And what are some of the top 5 tools for small businesses?
As a small business owner, sometimes it can feel challenging figuring out how to optimize our ad content and performance. One thing that's worked really well for us is utilizing Reels. So this is short form video content that's mobile friendly. It's basically 15 seconds or less. As a makeup brand, it's so important for us to show how to use our products as well as the transformative nature of our products. We recently just launched our pregame primer. This is a daily protective primer, and I thought this was going to be great for a Gen Z audience. What we found by using broad-based audience targeting is that because our primer has an ingredient that stops your skin's redness in just a few minutes, that busy moms who are too busy to put on a full face of makeup every day actually really love using our product as a skin tint replacement.
Yes, the power of data out there can reveal things about your audience that you didn't even know. But let's talk about challenges. Were there any other trends and challenges that you faced or that small businesses face?
I think a challenge for a small business owner like myself is recognizing that we don't have the same access to tools or budget that larger companies have. So a thing that's been really important for us is connecting with our customers. And a lot of them live online on social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. I actually just saw a survey conducted by Meta that showed that nearly 2/3 of small businesses use digital tools to connect with their customers to drive sales. For us, when we launched into Ulta, this has been so key to our success to drive growth in a physical retail format.
Yes, the power of social media nowadays is incredible. I mean, some people's whole businesses, that's where they sell, that's how they get to their customers. So it's incredible. Where can we go for more information?
To learn more about Youthforia and makeup you can sleep in, you can visit youthforia.co. And to learn more about Meta, you can visit meta.com.
Okay, perfect. Fiona, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Knowing the signs and symptoms of stroke can save a life, and knowing how to prevent stroke can save your own. Coming up next, Community Regional Medical Centers joins us for this week's Healthy Living Matters.
A tradition of style and savings, Fresno's Suit Outlet is your go-to for the 3-suit deal. 3 suits, 3 shirts, 3 ties, 3 belts, 3 pairs of socks, and 3 hankies, all starting at $3.99. Fresno's Suit Outlet has your suit from sizes 34 to 74. Our fashion consultants specialize in coordinating the right look for any occasion.
Here at Fresno Suit Outlet, we got the big guys covered and the bigger ones too.
Seriously? Fresno Suit Outlet, Blackstone, just north of Shaw.
I got hurt in a car accident, but I don't have time to deal with a lawyer.
Yes, you do. It's easier than you think to hire the Law Brothers.
We can evaluate your case in as little as 5 minutes. And that free 5-minute call could mean the difference of thousands of dollars for you.
The initial call to the Law Brothers was just 5 minutes, and they settled my case for $600,000.
Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call 559-900-0000 or visit lawbrothers.com.
Low E, also known as low energy, is wreaking havoc on millions.
I can't even pull out the hose.
Thankfully, there's Planet Fitness. Now through May 10th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime.
It's how you turn your low E into big fitness energy.
Our clean and spacious, judgment-free zone has equipment for every workout to keep you energized all day. Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, May 10th.
Looking for the perfect gift for someone special? Come see the new gift section at GW School Supply. Treat your favorite teacher, best friend, or yourself to something unique, unusual, and fun. Pick up a gift card too. GW School Supply, 2 locations in Fresno.
It's Mother's Day sale going on here at Quality Furniture. Come get a beautiful gift that your mom deserves. We have this beautiful sofa love seat with 4 power recliners and cup holders that have LED light inserts in there. You can get this set for $35 a month. For this Mother's Day, get this beautiful bedroom set in queen or king. It comes with a dresser, mirror, and nightstand. It also has storage in the front right here. You can get this bed for $29 a month. And for this sale going on, you get a free mattress with it.
We have 5 years with no interest and no money down with our 2 locations in Fresno and Visalia.
My son offered me one of his kidneys. You put him up to this.
I get you're upset with me.
He has not thought this through.
We got possible hazmat level 1.
I have a victim!
Carver!
Victim's 11 years old.
No sign of an offender.
That's my father's car.
Why would your father be in that bar?
Welcome back. We are continuing the conversation around stroke awareness, how to spot a stroke, what to do in the event of a stroke, and what recovery looks like after a stroke. So joining us now is Nori Pedniker, Dr. Nori Pedniker, a stroke neurologist at Community Health Partners. So thanks for being here. We start off each segment this way. What is a stroke? What should people know about it?
So stroke is basically a term that's used to define 2 types of conditions. The first is called as an ischemic stroke, and it's the type of stroke that happens when an artery in the brain is blocked off either by a clot or a plaque. And depending on the part of the brain that gets involved, patients can develop a sudden onset of weakness in the face, arm, or leg. They could also have numbness on one side of the body or a sudden difficulty speaking. And sometimes vision problems or also problems with balance are symptoms of a stroke. And the other type of stroke is what's called as a hemorrhage. It's the type of stroke that happens when an artery bursts in the brain and can cause bleeding into the brain.
And these are both medical emergencies. We should,
100%.
If we see, we've talked about the symptoms a lot, the signs of a stroke. If we see these signs, we should act immediately and accordingly. So get that person to community health center so that they can get treatment from somebody like yourself.
Yes.
So let's talk about the risks of stroke. Does gender play a role in the risk factors for stroke?
Absolutely, yes. So women in general are at an increased risk of stroke compared to men. And statistically, if you were to look at it, actually 55,000 more women will end up having a stroke annually compared to men. And one important reason for that is the fact that women just live longer than men.
Okay.
So cumulatively over the course of their lifetime, women are likely to acquire more strokes than men.
Right.
But, you know, there are risk factors that are very unique to women, and those are very intertwined with the women's reproductive and hormonal cycle. So specifically 2 milestones are pregnancy, where women are at increased risk of high blood pressure. They could develop gestational diabetes. They could also have serious life-threatening conditions like eclampsia and preeclampsia, which are very high risk for stroke in those time frames. And then the other milestone is menopause, and that's again a point of time where there is a very big fluctuation in hormones in women, 60% decline in estrogen. And so, you know, in fact, studies have shown that 10 years after menopause, women's risk of stroke is almost double compared to their premenopausal period.
So I have been hearing a lot about perimenopause. Does that play a factor? Because I've been hearing lots of women, even as early as their 30s, talking about being in perimenopause and noticing symptoms and noticing changes within their hormone ranges.
You know, certainly I would say that I think one of the risk factors would be stress. I think would add to that. But, you know, estrogen especially has a very protective effect on vascular health, and also it's neuroprotective. So I can see why even in those time frames, that stroke risk, essentially the mechanism would be the same, and so I would think that the risk would increase in those periods too.
Yes, we're filming this in May, and it's Women's Health Month, and so we talk a lot about hormones and how important those are for women, and they fluctuate so much in your life, and they can be very altering to how you feel and what your body does in response. So are there things that women can do to prevent or to minimize their risk of stroke?
Certainly, you know, so I think one important thing just on the topic of hormones, oral contraceptive pills are actually associated with a slightly increased risk of stroke.
Right.
But I do want to emphasize that's a slightly increased risk. But when you combine it with high risk factors like smoking, certainly that risk really exponentially increases. And also hormone replacement therapies are associated with an increased risk of stroke. So I will say that in terms of what women women can do, when we see them as patients, and this is incredible about women, they're trying to balance their jobs and their families all at the same time. But I think one thing that I notice with our patients is they haven't taken the time to take care of themselves. And so if I were to kind of tell you a little bit about the statistics, 1 out of 5 women will end up having a stroke between the ages of 55 and 75. But the good thing is that 4 out of 5 of these strokes are preventable. And so it really just comes down to primary prevention, and what women can do essentially is just take some time off to take care of your health, eat healthy, exercise, make sure that, if you're pregnant, you are making sure that your health is taken care of pre-pregnancy, during and after pregnancy, just making sure that you're compliant with your medication, seeing your doctor regularly. I think, and also if you're thinking of going on to OCPs or hormone replacement therapy, it's important to talk to your doctor is what your individual risk might look like.
Right. That's what I hear lots of clinicians talk about, is what is the risk for certain things? Does it outweigh a risk for some other type of, event in your life? So always want to talk to your doctor and have that close relationship.
Absolutely.
And be proactive about your health. If people notice, we've talked about BFAST, we've talked about the signs and symptoms of stroke, what should they do? What is the first thing that they should do to get a patient to community medical centers?
I think it's really important to act fast, right? Because I think a lot of people are not aware as to how beneficial stroke treatment is now. The faster you get there, the faster you get the clot busting medication. And we have some of the most trained cerebrovascular interventionalists in the area, where they're actually able to go into the brain blood vessels and pull these clots out, and the results are phenomenal. So I do think it's very important to recognize these symptoms and come out to the hospital, because a stroke is the leading cause of disability, and once that disability sets in, it's life altering. So I think the more you can do before a stroke actually happens, I think that's where one should focus. But also that in the context of those symptoms developing, it's very important to come to the hospital as soon as possible.
Yes, so get on the phone, call 911, tell them to take you to community medical centers so that you can get treatment as fast as you can. They have tons of information on stroke care and what stroke looks like and what you can do in the event of a stroke. We will have their website on our website, all kinds of information. Doctor, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Getting the perfect smile before graduation, a wedding, or any big life event is easier than you might think. Dr. Thomas Wigg from Fast Braces is here next.
United Health Centers has partnered with Kings County Public Health to offer you and your family COVID-19 testing, vaccines, and antiviral medication treatments. Our team of healthcare professionals are ready to provide you with quality healthcare at our Corcoran, Lemoore, and Hanford Health Centers. Protect your family and stay healthy. Call us today at 1-800-492-4227. 1-800-492-4227. United Health Centers. Wellness for a lifetime.
The lawyers at BD&J are used to dealing with some pretty big numbers.
I was just walking across the street when I was hit in the crosswalk, but BD&J got me a $28 million settlement.
Call BD&J at 1-800-820-1111 today.
The doctor will see you now. But do they really? Do they see that crick in your neck? That ache in your heart? Will they see that funny little thing that wasn't there last year? The new bounce in your step? The way your retinal scan connects to your blood sugar? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you.
Now through April 30th, get a fixed-rate mortgage loan at EECU for as low as 5.131% APR with no origination fee. Apply online today at myeecu.org. EECU is an equal housing lender.
Mid-Valley Disposal and the Kalpakoff family have been environmental leaders for decades. Our recycling and organics processing facilities are located in the heart of the Central Valley. Recyclables are sorted and sent out to be made into new products. Green waste and food waste are sent to our Kerman's Best compost facility to help fertilize valley crops. Proper sorting helps everyone meet California sustainability goals. We promise to do our part while you continue to do yours. Learn more at midvalleydisposal.com.
My specialty is in allergy and immunology. I tell all my patients, I'm building you an immune firewall. Our body is our temple, and the skin is the first immune defense system that one has. That's the benefit that my patients get.
The new Gold Rush. After all the rain and snow, what the good earth is exposing today. Gold. Could 2023 be the new 1849? Next, Inside Edition.
Inside Edition, tonight at 7 on Ksee 24.
Ksee 24 brings you a lifestyle show from people you know with Emily Irwin. Now, Central Valley Today.
Well, have you ever wanted to have the perfect smile? Maybe you've always wanted straight teeth, but you didn't want to commit to wearing braces for several years, or maybe they were just too expensive. Joining us now is Dr. Thomas Wigg from Facet Dental. We have Yadira Macias and Michelle De Leon, and you guys are patients of Dr. Wigg. It's Fast Braces, but it's also it's Facet Dental, but Fast Braces, right?
Right. Fast Braces is the product that we use at our office.
And where, for people that don't know, where did Fast Braces come from?
Fast Braces was invented by an orthodontist in the Dallas, Texas area, Dr. Anthony Viazzi, and it was invented about 15 years ago, and I started using it in my office about 8 or 9 years ago, and I wouldn't use anything else. It's amazing.
And it is supposed to move the teeth more naturally, correct?
Right.
How is that different from, so I had braces maybe 15, almost 20 years ago. How might that have been different than what I had?
Well, Fast Braces use a highly flexible wire and a specially designed bracket that mimics the natural eruption pattern of our teeth. So that, for example, if you lost your front tooth when you were 6, and the adult tooth takes about 6 months to come in. So the amount of force on the tooth is similar with Fast Braces. Instead of a harsh, hard wire force, it's a very ultra flexible wire.
Okay.
And so that's how it moves it quicker.
Okay, so you guys both had Fast Braces.
Yes.
And Michelle, your treatment took about
6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
And why did you go get Fast Braces?
Mostly because I had a lot of trouble with previous dental problems, and my general dentist was like, "You're old enough, you know better, you need to fix this problem."
What were the problems? What were you running into?
I just was running into some early periodontal disease, and I also had already 2 crowns, which in my young age is not very good. So she said, it's time that you fix this problem, or you're going to have bigger problems when you get older.
So 6 months, and now your teeth look beautiful.
6 months, yeah.
They look great.
Very happy.
And we were talking about, you know, a little bit off camera, that straight teeth can really benefit your overall health. How do the two work together?
Well, for example, when our teeth are straight, they're easier to clean.
Yeah.
So when our teeth are crooked, it's very interesting, but there's a different type of bacteria that hide in the crooked spots.
Right.
And so if you've ever been out in the forest and you turn a rock over, you'll see some bugs under there, and those bugs you don't see anywhere else because they hide under a rock.
Right.
Well, certain bugs hide amongst crooked teeth and those bugs cause bone loss and decay much easier than the regular bugs that are in our mouth.
Right, so it's not just a vanity thing. I mean, we all want perfect teeth, but it's really a health thing, and having good teeth is sort of the bedrock of good health. You know, you can ensure that you eat good food, and you can really take care of your health that way. So, Yadira, your treatment took about 7 months.
Yes.
And, oh my gosh, your teeth look so good. They're so white.
Thank you.
Why did you go in? What prompted you to do it?
So the same reason, and also, you know, vanity. I was a patient that I was recommended to get braces years ago, and I just wanted to get maybe like aligners, and I just kept, you know, putting it off. But I feel like for me it was the best because it was fast.
Yeah.
And I wanted, you know, just something that I could get done with earlier than a year. And with aligners, I feel like I would have just forgot.
Right.
You know, I'd regress my treatment. So I definitely know myself. I'm like,
I can't commit. I can't even remember to take like vitamins every day. So I don't know. I think it is a big, you have to know yourself. If you are really diligent, then maybe the aligners are good, but you just wanted it to get in and get out and get done. Okay, this is what I think. So I'm a lady, as you know, I'm on TV. Did you have to explain, did you feel weird or have to explain to people, like, yeah, I got braces?
I did for a bit because it wasn't something I was planning to do for a long time, and just a lot of my friends were like, "Wait, you had straight teeth already? Why did you do that?" Like, and it was mainly just like a few of my bottom ones were just shifting, and then just with age, you know, you do want to prepare yourself to be like healthier, you know, just have, so I'm very happy. I love the result that I got, and just how fast time went by so quick.
Yes, it's very good. And okay, so you're a nurse practitioner.
Right.
So, you know, you work in a professional field.
I didn't have to explain anything because I wear a mask.
Perfect timing. I mean, that's great.
It was very good timing. So
that's so funny. Okay, so if people are interested, they want to get fast braces in you know, 7 to 6 months, how can they set up a consultation? How does it work?
Well, you can go online and to our website, which is fastbracesfresno.net, or you can go to fastdentalfresno.com, either of those two places, and you can just do it online, or you can call our office. You can find the information right there on our website.
Okay, perfect.
It's real easy.
Their office is great. It's, you know, they're always welcoming, and it's an easy consultation. I think they'll definitely convince you if you've been thinking about it. Okay, thank you all so much. We'll send it off to break with the beautiful smile. Everybody else, stay right there. We'll be right back.
Nearly 1 in 5 children are considered obese. Childhood obesity.
I've been beat up for allowing her to be a fat child.
New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on Ksee 24.
Ever since that driver hit my minivan, I haven't been able to just relax until I found the injury attorneys at BD&J.
The personal injury attorneys at BD&J have recovered over $1 billion for their clients. Make the call to BD&J today.
For 75 years, Whitey's Pets has been helping you find your new best friend. We carry leading brands of dog and cat food at great prices. Our expert staff will help, whether you're just starting out or have years of schooling. Whitey's carries all the supplies and accessories your new friend needs to be happy and healthy. Shy friends, furry friends, slippery friends, friendly friends. Whitey's Pets, open every day. The best service and selection for 75 years. Say, how long is that in dog years?
Can't get rid of that stubborn belly fat? Get the body you've been dreaming of. Dr. Maj and Maj Medical Clinic use the latest in minimally invasive liposuction technologies. High-definition Lipo 360, together with skin tightening, achieve ultimate body sculpting results with minimal downtime. No more jelly roll. Maj Medical turns this into this. And really, it's time to do a little something for you. Call Maj Medical Clinic today for your free consultation and get the body you've been dreaming of.
A tradition of style and savings, Fresno Suit Outlet is your go-to for the 3-suit deal. 3 suits, 3 shirts, 3 ties, 3 belts, 3 pairs of socks, and 3 hankies, all starting at $3.99. Fresno Suit Outlet has your suit from sizes 34 to 74. Our fashion consultants specialize in coordinating the right look for any occasion.
Here at Fresno Suit Outlet, we got the big guys covered, and the bigger ones too.
Seriously? Fresno Suit Outlet, Blackstone, just north of Shaw.
No matter where you work, an injury can happen. And when it does, you need help right away. The insurance company has a team of lawyers to make your case go away. Make sure you have an experienced team to fight back. At Barry Smith & Bartell, we know workers' compensation cases, and we know what it takes to win. Call us now for a free, no-obligation case consultation. Let us put the experience that matters to work for you. Barry Smith & Bartell, bringing justice to injured workers.
Find your comfort footwear at Roxanne's Birkenstock, the Valley's largest Birkenstock retailer. We also have brands like Crocs and Dansko for the whole family. 40 years of exceptional customer service. Shop locally owned, Roxanne's Birkenstock.
Ksee 24 brings you a lifestyle show from people you know. Now, Central Valley Today.
Welcome back to Central Valley Today, and happy Wine Wednesday. So it's perfect. We have Lori Budd here with us again today, and we're tasting some wines with some history and some sort of smaller boutique-y wines. So what did you bring with us for us today?
I have 2 separate wines for you. I have Marin's Vineyard, and Marin Welgamat is like 600 cases.
That's so tiny.
I know. And this wine actually won Best of Class in the Orange County, 97 points, double gold medal. And then I have Epic, the Estate Red Blend, and both of these amazing women, this winemaker is Jordan Ferrantini. She's been to Italy, she's been everywhere, and her first wine, her first vintage of this wine, actually made the top 25 list in Wine Spectator. Like, you can't start off better than that, right?
Okay, so these
amazing.
are both female winemakers.
Female
both
winemakers.
Both from Paso, right?
Both from Paso.
All right. Why is Paso such a, you know, great wine region?
Well, the region itself is amazing because although we have very hot days in Paso, at night it's called diurnal shift.
Okay.
So it's the difference of day heat versus nighttime temperature. And it's so dramatic. Like, it can be 105 during the day and then drop down to like 40 or 50 at night. And what that does is allow the fruit to ripen, but then at night it gets to cool down. So during the day the fruit is like, oh my gosh, it's so hot. But then at night it's like, yeah, I can chill and relax. So we get our fruit to be perfectly ripened when we get to harvest.
Interesting.
It's amazing.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try this one. I'm not going to say the name of it. What is this?
So this is a Viognier.
Viognier, okay.
And Marin is a winemaker in Paso, but she is originally from Lockwood. Oh, I gave you a lot. You're going to have to drink. She is originally from Lockwood, and incredibly, she drew this label.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
She actually draws all of her labels.
That I would pick this wine because that's how I pick my wines, by the label.
So she draws all of her labels, and all of them are dedicated to her Lockwood history, to where she grew up. So she grew up on a vineyard. Her parents were vineyard owners, and of course they put her to work, right? Free labor. And what happened was she used to get upset that she would do all of this work to harvest and then didn't know where it went afterwards. And that was her drive to become a winemaker. So she's been to New Zealand, she's done harvests in Australia, and then she came back and settled in Paso and is obviously doing amazing things.
Doing great, and I love things that, you know, are a little bit exclusive. Okay, so what does a Viognier, what should it taste like? What's it compared to?
So a Viognier is beautiful. Beautiful. That's all right. It's a tough one. And you know what? You're saying it a lot closer than a lot of other people say it. But the thing about Viognier and why she picked it was because of the aromatics.
Oh, okay.
So it's very, very aromatic. So it kind of draws you in as soon as you get it. Yeah, it is. But it's very fruity. It's a nice one.
It smells fruity.
Yes.
And if you can tell, my allergies right now, and I can still smell it. Mm-hmm.
So it's nice. It's a nice thing for a Fresno, right?
Oh, yeah.
For the temperatures of Fresno, it's refreshing.
I love when you come because if I'm going to go for a white, I always do Pinot Grigio just because I'm
expanding those horizons.
But this is a great wine. This is so perfect for Fresno because it's hot, and this is just, it's light and fruity, and this is a good, like, I don't know, sit by the pool.
Sit by the pool.
Yeah.
How about Thai food?
Oh yeah.
Right? This is amazing with Thai
I love spicy food. So yeah, this would be perfect, and it's not too sweet. I'm not a big fan of like Moscatos or Rieslings because they're very sweet, but this would be perfect.
This is a drier wine. It will cut through that heat of the Thai food.
Yeah.
So that you can just go back for more, and the aromatics just bring you in, right?
So where can we find this wine? Do we have to go to Paso?
No. So Marin has you can buy it at marinsvineyard.com, and it's nice and easy to find. She ships it right to you, so it's really easy. And you get an award-winning wine.
So she does about 600 cases. Is that what you 700 cases? Epic is also from Paso, and also a woman winemaker behind it. So what kind of wine do we got here?
So this is Jordan Fiorenti, and she grew up with her dad collecting wine, and that's why she fell in love with wine. And her dad actually wanted to plant a vineyard. She was from Georgia.
Oh, wow.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, not like not big wine country over there.
No. So she grew up with her dad wanting to do it. So she kind of fell in love with wine. She went to school to be an engineer.
Okay.
But she was like, I'm too artistic, you know?
But smart.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, very smart, right? And so she decided she wanted to be a winemaker. So she went to the UC Davis, got through the master's program in there. And then she traveled also. She actually got an internship in Italy.
Oh, wow.
Which is where she met her husband. But I guess dad wanted her back.
Brought him back, all right.
So they came back and she worked on his vineyard. And then she came to Paso and met Bill and Liz Armstrong, who are the owners of Epic.
Okay.
And the name Epic, it means a point in time.
Yeah.
and they're both geologists.
All right.
So kind of makes sense.
I like it.
So her first vintage was 2010, and this wine, this estate red blend wine, made the top 25. She actually was number 25 on Wine Spectator's list.
I can't believe these ladies are so good, like
they are
right out of the
amazing.
gate.
We
It's
rock
crazy.
it, right?
I know.
They are rocking it. And so this wine you can find on pretty much every wine list.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a lot easier to find. And this is still only about 7,000 cases.
So still small.
Still small.
All right, let's try this one.
So this is Epic Red Blend, okay?
I love blends.
And the beautiful thing about this is they call it a snapshot of vineyards.
Okay.
So it takes the vineyards and it really just highlights what the vineyard is.
Oh, smells good.
And this wine has so much history behind it, or this winery. So Ksee Peteruski, who is this famous Polish pianist, he came to Paso because I guess he wasn't feeling well, so he wanted to soak in the mineral springs, the hot springs of Paso, and then just never left. He's a smart guy. He stayed.
Lots of people who came to California did that.
And so he stayed there, and he planted the Peteruski vineyard, which is one of the first vineyards. And it was Durif, which is Petit Syrah, and Zinfandel.
You brought in a Petit Syrah, I think, last time.
Last time, I think, two times ago. Yes, yes. And so this is a historical vineyard site. Additional history is the York brothers who came in, Andrew York came and planted one of the first vineyards and the first winery on the Cal Coast. And the brothers made the wine for Peteruski.
Oh my God.
Then Prohibition hit. Wah, wah, right? But then it came back and they replanted it. Epic came back and they replanted it. And they have this beautiful house, the York House, on the property, which was condemned during the earthquake, San Simeon earthquake. But they rebuilt it, and when they were in there, it was haunted.
It's haunted.
It's a haunted house.
So we got a little haunted wine here.
Yes. So Jim York was the person who was there. They had like the clairvoyant person come in and everything to do this, and it was Jim York who was in there who was tasting.
This one's delicious too.
Right?
What should I be tasting?
Okay, so one of the things I always say is I'll never tell you what to drink, but I'll always share what's in my glass.
Yeah.
And taste-wise, everybody's palate is different.
Yeah.
But we have, it's a blend of Syrah, Grenache, so it's always Syrah.
It feels a little dry on the palate to me, which I like.
Yes, absolutely. So the Syrah is, you are. The Syrah is a bigger wine, right? And then the Grenache is a softer wine, so it kind of brings in a little delicacy to it, a little flour, a little, okay? And then it has Tempranillo and Zinfandel. Okay, so again, so all of these wines that are this patchwork of the vineyard site, they put a little bit different tag into it. So like when you first taste it, you might get the Syrah, then the Tempranillo comes in.
And I feel like as I talk to you more, I kind of understand my palate a little bit more. And so as you learn, you taste wines differently.
Absolutely.
That's what we always love when you come and you always share such treasures from the wine industry. Lori Budd, thank you so much. Everybody else, stay right there. Happy Wine Wednesday. We'll be right back.
At Monarch, we focus on keeping your AC working so that you can focus on enjoying life. And right now, you can schedule a cooling tune-up so that your AC is ready for the summer. Monarch Home Services. Keep home comfortable.
United Health Centers has partnered with Kings County Public Health to offer you and your family COVID-19 testing, vaccines, and antiviral medication treatments. Our team of healthcare professionals are ready to provide you with quality healthcare at our Corcoran, Lemoore, and Hanford Health Centers. Protect your family and stay healthy. Call us today at 1-800-492-4227. 1-800-492-4227. United Health Centers. Wellness for a lifetime.
Don't let the insurance company push you around. Get a law firm that can push them around. The team at Jacoby & Myers has gotten our clients up to 10 times the insurance company's original offer. Don't settle for less. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
Every school day, thousands of children in Fresno County leave their homes to walk to neighborhood schools. Loving families send them off ready to learn and succeed. As you are driving near schools during your morning or afternoon commutes, please always remember to slow down and stay alert. Your caution and consideration could literally be the difference between life and death for a child. There's no destination more urgent or important than making sure our children are safe.
Let's be street smart.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl that could.
Why do we shoot baskets with paper balls? For the same reason we play scratchers from the California Lottery, because a little play can make your day.
If you're a fan of the show, then you know we've met some amazing people this year. George Lopez, the man himself, Howie Mandel, Kenan Thompson himself, along with Kimberly Lewis. Come on, you pulling right there. Oh my God! Huge dog lover.
Keep going. Pump it up.
To all of our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for following along on social media. Cheers to another year here of Central Valley Today.
At Monarch, we focus on keeping your AC working so that you can focus on enjoying life. And right now, you could schedule a cooling tune-up so that your AC is ready for the summer. Monarch Home Services. Keep home comfortable.
Ksee 24 brings you a lifestyle show from people you know with Emily Irwin. Now, Central Valley Today.
Well, as the school year winds down, one South Valley student is finishing strong, which is why he's being highlighted for his great character. Our very own Stephanie Berugian has more on the respect he shows to everyone he meets.
It's the final weeks of learning as the end of the school year approaches at the Global Learning Charter in Visalia.
Okay, this one will probably be easy for you. Find Iceland.
7th and 8th grade teacher Jennifer Moronas giving instructions on the latest assignment as students like 8th grader Freddie Galindo get it done. Freddie moves on to high school next year, but he's leaving a positive impression at this school. He's being recognized for his good character and specifically respect.
Freddie has just already made that decision that I want to be someone who gives respect. So regardless of how you show up for me, I'm still going to extend respect before I even get to know you.
Freddie says he learned about the importance of being respectful by observing two very important people in his life.
My parents told me to be respectful to everything and everyone, no matter who they are.
And in addition to being respectful, Freddie is humble. He says he never expected to be singled out for good character.
I was very shocked. I was also a bit embarrassed since I wasn't prepared for this at all. But I also feel proud since many other people could have gotten this award.
Starting high school means meeting a whole new crop of friends and school staff. But one thing is for certain, Freddie will approach everyone he meets moving forward with respect.
He is off to bigger and better things, and he is going to make such a difference.
Stephanie Berugian, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
Well, congratulations to him. All right, that is all the time that we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Check out our website at yourcentralvalley.com/CVT. If you ever miss anything from the show, you can see any segments there. Follow us on social media at Central Valley Today. Follow me at Emily Irwin on TV. And if you scan that code right there with your phone, it'll take you right to our website. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. If you're a fan of the show, then you know we've met some amazing people this year. George Lopez, the man himself, Howie Mandel, Kenan Thompson himself, along with Kimberly Lewis. Come on, you pulling right there. Oh my God! Huge dog lover.
Keep going. Pump it up.
To all of our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for following along on social media. Cheers to another year here of Central Valley Today.
Mid-Valley Disposal